Morning, everyone. It's the end of another week at City Hall, as I do each week. I try to provide you with some information on what has occurred during this past week and give you some updates on what you can expect for the week to come. As you know, we continue to have some struggles with the coronavirus. Still at City Hall, we are requiring that visitors continue to bring face coverings when they're coming to City Hall for business. It's an effort to make sure that both the public as well as our staff here remain safe. So please remember, as you come to City Hall for any particular business, that you bring with you a face covering so that you can conduct your business here at City Hall while you're with us. Roadwork continues throughout our city. North Avenue will begin today, Friday, and weather permitting should be concluded with the initial phase on Monday. We will continue to be going through some of the other areas of the city where work has gone through the various phases to bring them to completion. In some locations, individuals may see that the road work went from the removal of the old road work, and then it has sort of stalled. In those areas, it's a consequence of some underground work that has to be done with regard to water and sewer lines. And so we're coordinating that obviously with the water authority to make sure that the paving doesn't get completed only to be ripped out again to improve a water or sewer line. So your patience in that regard is appreciated. And once we are able to get the contractor, the water board will get the contractor in place with regard to the water and sewer line. That'll be completed, and then we of course will come in and put in the new road work. Today we will receive from our Congressman Brian Higgins. He worked hard to get a grant of over $300,000 for Niagara Falls Fire Department. As you know, prior to my coming to City Hall, there were a number of items throughout city departments that had not received much attention. We're working hard to see if we can reverse that trend, and with the assistance of some of our department heads, specifically those in the fire department, we applied for a grant, and with the help of Congressman Higgins, received this federal grant from the Homeland Security Assistance to firefighters in a sum in excess of $300,000. That money is going to be used to replace a very aged, self-contained breathing apparatus for our firefighters, something that's probably 20 years overdue. So we really appreciate, again, Congressman Higgins and his continued efforts to provide support for the city of Niagara Falls. And again, we will welcome Congressman Higgins to the community later today to receive this grant award. And again, we are very appreciative of his efforts, as well as I know our fire department is always appreciative of those who remember how hard they work, the difficult circumstances under which they have to perform their duties, and so this safety equipment is really appreciated. Many of us have awakened, if we didn't hear last night, have awakened to the news that OxyChem will be closing its Niagara Falls facility over the course of the next several weeks. Certainly this is a difficult announcement for the community to receive. The OxyChem and the various iterations of it throughout the history, starting here somewhere in the late 1890s as a British company and moving forward to what we now know. It's difficult to us to fathom the fact that generations of residents have gone through those doors, good paying jobs, raising families, and so this is certainly a sad ending to a company, regardless of how one might feel about the various things that have occurred over the course of the years. They still were a major employer in the area. And so I know that this news comes as very difficult news for many of the families who were connected to that facility. And so again, I know that The company has a particular package that they will be discussing with their employees. We know that to the extent there are other opportunities out there, the city will work to try and see if we can assist in providing perhaps some other job opportunities as we continue to try and grow our manufacturing and light manufacturing base. Again, we are expecting to have an enjoyable weather weekend. So if you can, get yourself outdoors, enjoy the beautiful weather, enjoy the wonderful trails that we have around here for biking or hiking. We think that Niagara Falls certainly presents the most interesting and exciting trails throughout all of Western New York. So if you get the chance this weekend, please make sure that you get out there. This week coming, we will be scheduling our fourth in a series of community engagement opportunities for community discussion on the American Rescue Plan. We concluded one this past week at the Niagara Falls Public Library, the LaSalle branch. It was well attended. Some of the questions and suggestions that were raised obviously will all become part of the consideration as we look forward to taking those funds and making them transformational throughout our community. More information on the upcoming community engagement event will come out on our social media pages and further announcements. So please be on the lookout for it. We're trying to get around to the many areas of the city, so if it's in your area, we would appreciate you coming out and giving us your thoughts on the use for the American Rescue Plan funds, within the Treasury regulation requirements. So again, as I do at the end of each week, I hope that you will enjoy the weekend, get out, exercise, make sure that you are staying safe and healthy. To the extent that we continue to battle the virus and these variants and after effects, let's be smart about the things that we've been doing for over a year now, making sure that we pay attention to our personal public health requirements, because the health and safety of each of us helps not only our family, but also helps our friends in our larger community. So please make sure that you attend to all of those things. And again, as we close out this week, I can tell you that there's a lot of activity here at City Hall. We're continuing to move forward in terms of our development projects. We hope to have some announcements on some things soon. So please continue to provide your support to our departments and to our city workforce. They're working very hard for you. And as I do each and every week, I wish you a pleasant weekend, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.